Okay, I'm over here on Stellarium, and we're going to look at the March 22nd alignment that's making the rounds out there. This would be, let's see, Sun, Mercury, Moon, and Earth. And some think it may bring about something similar to last year's Japan situation with the tsunami and the earthquake. I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying we need to watch that time period and find out. Although, when you look at different models, you get different things. So this is what Stellarium is going to show us. It is in alignment or it is not. On Stellarium, it doesn't look completely like it is. So we search Mercury. I've got this set for 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 a.m. for March 22nd, 2012. And I've got it centered on the object. When we zoom to it and zoom away from it, you'll be able to see it's not quite in a straight line. At least not at 8 o'clock in the morning. And this is a zoom to it. And you see how, just real briefly there, it was above it. It looked like above the sun. Not completely centered on it. We'll do the same thing with, we'll go ahead and locate the center of the moon. That's the brown dot. Look kind of brown. See, you kind of zoom up above, it looks like not completely in line with Mercury. And then we've got I believe we've got a big one way out there. And you see, you zoom up to that, Uranus way out there. It's kind of lost in there. But as you go forward, you can, and backwards, you can see it's not totally in alignment. So you got what it looks like on Stellarium from the Earth view. You've got the moon and Mercury and Uranus and the sun that are all, they look like they are in a straight alignment on a different kind of a model. But on this type Stellarium, it does not look like they are all together. So let's go ahead and go to this one. As you can see, I've already got it set for March 22nd. And here's our big one out here, Saturn. I just showed you Uranus and the Earth and the Moon and Mercury. When you use a model like this, it gives you a little different vantage point. And I'm going to zip some of them out of the field of view. But you can see from here, if you looked on here and didn't look on anything else, it's going to give you the impression that everything is straight lined pretty well. But you have to look at other ones. If anybody has Starry Night, and I've got that one too. I don't run Starry Night all the time, because I have Stellarium, I have some other programs going, and Starry Night is good. I really like that one, but it seems to slow my computer way down. So I've taken Starry Night and I have it on my flash drive, and anytime I need to use it, I just plug my flash drive in, and commonly I'll use all the rest of the things I have at my disposal. But I do cross that one too with it. So you can kind of see it like that. And you see over here you got Mars and Venus and Jupiter, and they're in their own funny little lineup. We just looked on Stellarium and we did not see the moon. We did not see Mercury. We did not see Uranus in a complete, true, total lineup. So it's a time period that we can watch and be aware that there's some lining up trying to be done, and it can cause some problems. We're going to have to see what the output of the sun is during that time period. Well, if the situation is going to be recreated as last year, then we're going to have to remember that last year we also got CME'd. It was a few days, I believe, before Fukushima. And this is from the viewpoint of Jupiter, what it would all look like, kind of jumbled up in there. Kind of reminds you of a pool game. It's all the balls just kind of clogged up in there. See, this is what it looks like if it was looked upon from Jupiter, and then there's their little three-way there. And they're not really aligned with us in anything else. It's clipping the edge of Saturn. This is from a little different viewpoint. These are good tools to use. However, you can get kind of misled every now and then. If you just look at this one, you go, oh wow, we got a hairy alignment coming up. But I'm not seeing it. I mean, I am, but I'm not. You know, Uranus is way out here, and it actually didn't look like it was in total alignment. You know, it looks more like it's in alignment with Mars to me, even on this model. So that's what you got, March 22nd. We're talking about Uranus way out there on the other side. And see, you've got Neptune way over here and Pluto over here, and they're not doing anything with anyone really. So there it be. It looks good on this one, but it didn't look good on Stellarium. So that's March 22nd in a nutshell. Everything looks on Stellarium like it's not in full alignment. And then when you look at something like Solar System Scope, you get a view like this, and it will give you the idea that we're going to get something again, which we might. Stuff's coming sooner or later, is coming back. So March would be a good time to probably to be watching again. But the output of the sun and the moon also plays into a part. If things are going to be recreated as to a year ago, alignments, CMEs, moon activity. They all got to do it. So that's just a little heads up to everybody, give you some thought about the March 22nd thing going around. I'm going to get ready for work. I have a short work week this week. I took a couple of days off towards the end, so Wednesday is my Friday this week, and I'm looking forward to it. No more T-bowing. Oh no, no more T-bowing. Oh well, I'll have to find somebody else to root for. How about 49ers? Let's go 49ers. God bless everyone. I'll talk to you real soon. Sometimes YouTube does make you wonder where they're screwing around with things. You know, I hear disappearing emails and things like that that people write me about and say they're right in the middle of reading an email from me, and then it'll just disappear right in front of their very faces. And they don't know why. And they'll go search, and sometimes I even disappear from their network, their channel. And then, mysteriously, everything pops back up again. So the only excuse that I can come up with is, it's not me, and it's not you, and if it's not us, it's them. That be YouTube. You gotta watch out for these people. Remember to go back into your favorites and your likes, and make sure they haven't taken out something you've added into it, because they do periodically go in there, and without your knowledge and permission, they don't tell you when they're going to do it. They'll tell you they periodically go prowl around in there and stuff, but they don't send you an email and say, Friday the 13th we're going to go in there and we're going to remove stuff. No, they don't work like that. But that's what I can say about them. So everybody have a fine week. The temperature did change here. We went from being freezing and 19 down to, it looks like it's in the mid 50s again. Is this really winter time? It doesn't feel like it here. Alaska felt like 10 winters rolled all into one in the last couple of months. The farmers could sure use some moisture here to get that wheat going. But everybody have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.